Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I thought I would pop in and do a little summer crafting. It's raining here finally. We haven't had rain in, I can't remember the last time. And so it's raining, and the ducks are really happy. There's extra puddles out there for them to play in. Ooh, that was just lightning. Hi, Arlene. How are you? It's good to see you. It's interesting that top chat. I'm not seeing chat. Huh. I see you on my iPad, but I don't see you on my computer, which is fine. It's okay with me, but it's interesting. So Becky was not feeling well, and this is normally her time slot. So I thought I would come in. I spoke earlier today and to see whether she would mind, and she said, "No, go ahead." So we've been working on that summer journal, and so I was just going to prep some more pages and try to get caught up a little bit. So how are you? I hope you're well. How are things in Tennessee? Looks like it's just going to be you and I. Which is, I'm going to go ahead and work on this. I wonder why I can't see chat. Let's see. Pop out chat. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Hot things, huh? Yeah, isn't it? I bet you the humidity is pretty awful too, right? Because it's crazy. It's really crazy hot here too. The humidity. It says it's 82, but it feels like 92. That's what it actually says. So I thought that was interesting because the rain should cool things off. But hi, Mary. How are you? Good to see you. I'm having little difficulties here. It's nothing. I can't seem to. Well, there it is. I don't know. Something's wrong, but that's okay. You guys can hear me, right? I don't have to. I haven't done this in a while. I've forgotten. Okay. So I was just going to prep some more pages in the summer journal. I'm a little bit behind, and too hot to be out. Yeah, I can't imagine if you wouldn't want to. I guess it's hot everywhere. We're finally got some rain this afternoon. We've been kind of in a drought. 97. Oh my gosh. You need a spoon for the hair. I've never heard that expression before. That's a good one. Oh my gosh. Oh Lordy. Yeah. I was going to say the dog days of summer, but I guess the dog days of summer aren't officially until August. Oh, Jesus. Let me just, I'll just be right. Hey, Jeff, I'm in the middle of a live stream. Can I call you back? Sure. Okay, bye. Bye. That's interesting. Hi, Janet. How are you? I hope things are cooler in London than they are here, because it's very hot. Anyway, I think many of us here have been working on the summer journal, and I had copied down Becky's list of things that we needed, and so I was looking at that. I'm so distracted because my chat is not where it's supposed to be, and I apologize for being so distracted. It shouldn't really matter, but it's just not. But it's okay. Oh, wonderful drizzly, damp British day. Look at that. I love drizzly, yes. But that's why everything is so, that's why all of the flowers are so brilliantly red, and the lawns and the grass are so brilliantly green. It's because of all of the rain. Yes. So these are my pages from last week, but I apparently I screwed up when I did them, which is not a surprise for me. We were supposed to do these on the back of the other pages, and I didn't. I did them on new pages. So these are undone. And so Becky said I would have 2 extra pages. So I guess I will. But anyway, so I'm slowly working okay, I'm not. Oh, for Arlene. Okay, yes. So I'm going to collage my sheets. And that's what I did this last week. I just this is just collages, and so that's what I'm going to do instead of painting. Yes, have you seen all of the baby owls? Everyone's making owls. They are so adorable. Who just made? Natty's got Janet's got a whole bunch, and then someone else just posted a whole bunch of baby owls too. Owlettes, I think they're called. And they're adorable. We used to have barn owls when I lived on the farm. I'm just reading. Yeah, I think she's got. Maybe not Nettie. Someone else showed a whole bunch. You're the one with the owlettes. Gosh, it's busy here today. Okay, I was just looking through to find just big pictures of summer, just to stick on my thing, and I'm gonna kind of. Is Nettie here? I don't. Yeah, Nettie's got the daddy owl, and he's got a beautiful bow tie, and he's a real handsome dude. Yes, she made a big owl, and she made him out of silk ties, so he's pretty dapper. Not many owls are made out of silk ties, and I think the silk ties came from you, right, Mary? They were from you? Oh, look at this guy. This one would be cool, right? He's in a merman thing. Could possibly use him. Oh, that's pretty too. Kind of looks like, excuse the rip sound. I hope my chat is acting up also. Yeah, I don't know. I can't, my chat's fine on my iPad, but not on my computer. And of course I can't, I'm filming, my camera's attached to my computer, not my iPad, but I can see the chat. There's just a little bit of a delay, but it's not too bad. Tell you, well, look at all the problems you had the other night. Yeah, I'm going to, Janet, I'm just at least going to prep some pages. I don't, I'm just, because I am a little bit behind. And so I thought I would, and I'm going to prep my pages. Hi, Julie. Good afternoon. Nice to see you. So I'm just going to be prepping. I'm going to be collaging on them and not gessoing them, just for something a little bit different. So I'm doing a quick harvest through. This is AD Architectural Digest, the July-August issue. When I look at this magazine, I always think, who gets to live like this? But it's great eye candy. And they have, look at this. Isn't this awesome? It's hard to go through this magazine and not just tear everything out. But I get it on, I get like, I think I'm paying $10 a year for it. Once it goes up, I will not buy it. Even though it's, oh, look at that. All right. Let's see. Janet USA is here and Janet UK is here. Right next to one another. Julie's here. Thank you so much for popping in. Again, Becky, said that she woke up not feeling so great. So I messaged her and asked her if she would mind if I popped in, because I look forward to this time slot. You get used to looking forward to, chatting and being, and hanging out. And so she said, go ahead. So here I am. Look at all this. Ooh, I just want to cut it all out. These houses are so gorgeous. There was one in here that I saw earlier. I bet you needs to get some roof issues. The older homes are, so expensive. Oh, this is the one. Look at this. Waves. And this is Dominican Republic. That's supposed to be a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous place to visit. Hi, Becky. There you are. I hope you're vegging and relaxing. I hope you're feeling better, more importantly. Hi, Barb. How are you? Good to see you. Hi, Kimberly. Good to see you also. So great that people are able to oh, do you want me to go? Oh, I see. Tonight, you mean. Tonight you'll open the room at 8? Okay, great. Super. Thank you. That was my next question. I was going to ask you whether you were going to want to do that or not. Cool. All right. Whoops. I don't know what kind of is beef a generic, or is beef a mutt dog? I never knew what kind of dog beef was. I love the name. I'm assuming he's a big dog. Oh, still fuzzy brain. 40. Oh my gosh. You think it's a sinus infection? Maybe. I've never had a sinus infection, so I don't know. All right. I'm just rumbling around. I'm getting my yes paste. I guess there's not much of anything you can really take for that, is there? Maybe I don't know, a decongestant or something might, break it up a little bit. Yeah, we just had some wicked thunderstorms come rolling through here. I guess it's just the time of year and time of day, Oh, he is little. Oh, that's funny. He's a little pit bull. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. We had a standard poodle, and my son wanted to name him Lassie. So I thought that would be pretty funny if you started Lassie, and all of a sudden a big poodle came romping across the lawn. Let's see. Okay. All right. Yeah, serious drought. We are too, Barbara. They're actually, they have Brevard County as a drought, which is, even though this is technically the rainy season, we're just now starting to get those afternoon Thunderstorms. Ah, thanks. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Thumbs ups would be great. Let me ask you streamer questions. Mary, are you able to subscribe to your own channel? Because it won't, if I go to subscribe to my channel, it won't let me subscribe to it. I guess they don't want me to be a subscriber to my own channel, even though I can access it, but it always says it's an error. I was just wondering whether that's their policy or trying to subscribe. Okay, you can't sub to your, okay, then I guess that's just a policy. Heaven forbid we might get an extra subscriber, right? Like one's going to make the difference. Anyway, we won't go there, will we? Can you see what I'm doing? Yes. Yes. I find, the yes page really good for paper, large paper. I wouldn't do it with little paper. Oh, okay. Let's see. I'll have another account. Okay. Okay. I mean, I can see me. I'm watching kind of the chat on my iPad, but it just won't let me subscribe to it. And it does show an old YouTube channel that I had, but which is not public because it was my teaching channel, the one I taught. I did my lectures on sometimes. All right. I like the yes pace for this kind of stuff, but I have to say that this, for me, there's a bit of a learning curve using it, and it stays sticky for a really long time. Mary's channel, okay. Yeah, for sure. Drought and extreme weather and the fires. It's pretty, it is worrisome. Let's see, we're just gonna put that. Okay, there we go. I'm just collaging my pages. 31. So 31 that would put you in the 80s, right, Barb? I mean, because that's 31 centigrade. So I think that would put you high 80s in Fahrenheit. Oh, okay. I did not know that. But the nice thing about it, there's no, I don't know if I can get it off. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. See, now that'll be sticky forever, but that's okay. I think, well, what am I doing? I have no idea what I'm doing. It's been one of those days. So Mary, and we're making dolls, huh? It seems that it's a little confusion, but hi Mitzi, good to see you. This is my understanding, Mary, and tell me if I'm wrong. If we just want to go on Friday for the regular hop and do our regular thing at our regular time slot, there's no problem with that at all. That's how I'm understanding it. And if we want to do other stuff leading up to that, that's okay also. Am I understanding that right? So if I don't want to do any pre-processed stuff come on Friday and my time slot, if I just want to, do a doll, I just do a doll. And if I want to do something else, then I would record that and then get that video linked to you. if that's what I wanted to do. I think I've got that right. Honestly, I was ha 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 ha. Yes. Thank you, Barb. I'm blushing. You can't see me, but I'm blushing. I was not thrilled about that. And then I started looking at it, and now I'm really excited. The pre-process is etch a tray. I have been kind of doing some research on dolls, and I am getting a little excited about it. I think it's going to be really interesting, and I've seen some great ideas because the internet is wonderful. I saw the coolest thing, and I might try this. Someone took a regular like composition notebook, right? And then opened it up like, okay, so here's the composition notebook, right? And they opened it this way. So, and then they made on the this side of the composition book. Let's see. I know this is not probably no. On this side of the composition notebook, I always go the wrong way. They have painted a scene. You know, there's a whole scene. It may be a beach scene, or it may be a classroom, or it may be whatever. And so they have a whole background scene, and then they have the dolls that you can move around in the scene, so to speak. And I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Yes, I looked at the Pinterest dolls. I did. They were gorgeous. I mean, those are really fancy dolls. It's funny because the other day, during when I had my room open, I was telling the girls that I've really reached a block. I can't get anything going. Nothing's, my brain, I'm ready to pack it in, literally close the doors on the dream box and walk away. And so I was just sitting here just with with an index card, like, 4x6 card. And I was had my watercolors out, and I literally painted 2 like squares of the color of the clothing I was wearing. And I had sage like shorts on and a gray t-shirt, which I wear a lot. I have a lot of gray t-shirts. My wardrobe is not that exciting. And trying to read it upside down. It's the USS. Let's see. It's the USS Constitution. It's the t-shirt I got. I went to see the ship. So I painted a square of this sagey green and a square of gray. Well, that'll be a nice page. I got some links. And that's what is it. And it was on a card. It was on this size card, right? So the card wasn't that big. It was this size card. And then I decided that I was going to, randomly, I decided to make like a paper doll. And I've never done that. And I had this funky kind of half a face that I had drawn. And then when I cut it out, I had literally scraps, and I made arms and legs, and I even made flip-flops with actual feet that went into the flip-flops. And whoops. And this is how it came out. And this arm was not the right size, and you can see it's kind of, and I made a slit, and his hand goes in the pocket, and here are the flip-flops. And I put the flip-flops, and they were separate, and I glued the feet. And so I have this missing an ear. But so there's my doll. There's one of my dolls. And so that was one of my random dolls. See how he's glued. I have the little feet in here. And that's the color. That's part of the thing that I made out of scraps. So that's my doll. He could actually stand. And then I was watching I know some of you paper doll. Yeah, well, I was talking about Carla Sondheim the other day. I don't know when, about the courses that she offers, and she's got a lot of free courses. And then she was offering something called 365 Part 2, and it was, I think it was $15, but there was like 40 various courses, the best of the best that they had chosen. And I know some people have. Yes, aren't they great, Arlene? And some folks had signed up for them, and I've been going back and watching them. And she did a really cool thing where she took masking tape and she just taped out like the shape of an abstract dog, but she only painted like inside the masking tape, and then pulled the masking tape, and then what was left was, the dog, her kind of her funky little animals that was left on the inside of it. And of course I immediately tried to do that. And so I did this thinking of a paper doll. The purple part was the part that was masked, and then I added these scribbles because she was a little wonky. But I'm now like, I can't, I'm seeing dolls, I see faces. And oh, thanks, Arlene. That's super. Paste, similar to the Yes paste. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody said, what'd you call it, Barb? Cobalt paste? Yeah, her courses. I came across one of her videos from like 7 years ago. And she still had a bit of an accent. It was really interesting. I'm pretty sure it was her. And this is a dog that I attempted to do, but it kind of ended up with, like, I don't know, 2 ears and 2 eyes. But it's kind of a cool process. You just kind of do the masking tape and paint inside of it, and then pull it off. But anyway, you got to check her out. These they came out of they were not free, but $15 is nothing. Google book binding paste. Oh, Google. I was going to say Google makes binding paste too. I'm all right. You're telling her to Google. Gotcha. That makes more sense. I'm all right. I'm okay. Never mind. See, and I will just do the whatever we do on the summer journal pages, I'll just do on top of this. Because how can you not have this dude? What they call those mermans? Mermans. Well, I was reading a Google book. I mean, you get to a point where you figure, oh, Anne, that was so stupid of you. You should have done that on that side. Duh. All right. It's okay. Yeah, I'm getting down there. This has at least it has no odor to me. I don't know whether anybody else has ever noticed an odor with it, but I haven't. I just know that it's really, really sticky, but it does wash up, with the warm water. And yeah, I will. 10 o'clock. Yeah, that's when I have my little room on. Yes, Thursday morning at 10. Yep, and we just kind of shoot the breeze and do some art. I've started working on I'm trying to do a cloth mandala. So I have a piece of, I think it's cotton dishcloth, a dish, a dish linen, the type of thing you would do to dry dishes, right? And I have it on is it called a hoop, I think? Yeah, I think it's called a hoop. And I drew a circle, and I divided the circle, and I did a very basic mandala shaped thing. And I am in the process of slow stitching little pieces of fabric. So we'll see how that comes out. See, now doesn't it make more sense to do this side, and then you have the cardboard side on the. Let's see. All right. This is, here we go. Here we go. I'm just going to stick this. Here's this guy here. Anybody been watching the Olympics? I am a real an Olympic junkie, I guess, or I have been in the past. You know, I love watching them, and it's been such a difficult 5 years for these athletes. And then the young lady from the gymnastics team bowing out. That was that was unbelievable. And, you know, I had mixed feelings about that. And then it's been interesting, people's reaction to that. Hey, Riri. Yes. Biles. Thank you. Yes. My brain went blank there. And then the, was it Lenski, the female swimmer, also doing well? I watched the opening ceremonies. Oh, I'm sorry, Julie. Well, you have to go to work. You have to go to work, right? I hope whatever it is you enjoy. Well, they just should have had the Olympics over at my house. Less hassle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure. I think you're probably right. I watched the opening ceremonies. I don't know if anybody got to see the opening ceremonies, but they had that orb that they had made. I think it was like, I don't know, 1,800 drones. And it was like this gigantic like orb that was floating over Tokyo. That was pretty impressive. But it's odd to watch them perform, and there's no crowd noise at all. You know, that's just really weird. I don't know how that is. I guess most of those athletes, they probably tune that noise out anyway. But the other night when one of the gymnasts was performing, I thought they normally perform to music, and there was no music. She was just on the balance beam doing her thing, and I thought that was odd. But what do I know? The balance beam, that thing just scares the hell out of me, personally. Excuse my, I mean, it's 4 inches wide, and they're going all over the place with it. I found several. Squeeze bottle, the book binding, the Google book binding glue. Harley, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm going to cover this anyway. Oh well, I'll take this off now. I'll find something else to put on this. I cut 2 magazines in half. Like, remember how Dee Dee, she takes magazines. I know she found those composition books already cut in half. She didn't cut them in half, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I was under the impression that she bought them in half. Hi, Deb Farrell. How are you? I hope you're fine this humid, hot, well, depending where you are, but most of us are humid, hot, and sticky. I think she bought them already cut in half. But Mary, didn't you cut yours in half, though, physically yourself? Or did you buy yours in half? Now, I wonder, if you're buying them in half, are they half off? I wonder who decided to do that. I mean, that's a kind of a random thing to do, because Well, if you're a student, right, and you have a notebook to take notes in, now you have half the space to take notes in. Which, all right, yeah. Oh, she bought, yeah, yeah. Well, I usually buy them during the back to school, and you can get them for literally they're 50 cents a piece. I used to buy $5 worth because I would always have students that wouldn't have them, and I was always, be giving them their notebooks and stuff like that. And I had a whole stack of them. But I cut some two bizarre fashion magazines, a couple of those in half. And then you glue the pages together. But you know what I did, which I was like, I tore them in half so they were about yay thick, and then they were pretty thick. But I was able to punch holes in them using the big crocodile or the crocobite or whatever that is, and I stitched them. I stitched three halves together, and then I put some bookbinding tape to hold it all together instead of using glue to hold it together. This is how thick it is, but it's sewn together. Let me see if I can show you. Well, you can't even see it, but it's sewn together, and so this is not. It's not going to come unglued. The problem with this magazine is half these pages are gorgeous. Look at this. I don't want. So then I just have a little piece of bookbinding tape here. And of course, look what I did. I got schmoozed on it. I schmoozed it with Yes Paste. But I was going to put Happy Mail stuff in here. I got a little tiny little booklet from Janet Nash. And it's about yay thick. So what I did was I cut a hole. And there's Becky's lady. We'll call her Lady in Blue. But I cut a hole to fit this little book that Janet sent me. So it's kind of recessed in here. And then I'm just putting various little knicky knacks in here and postage stamps and stuff. So that goes in there. But that's I sewed those together, and instead of gluing them together, so I think this is going to be pretty sturdy. Yes, secret compartments, yes, with good stuff in it. Okay, let's see. Find another piece of blue here. So now I got glue everywhere. I don't have much to talk about today. I feel kind of Nori paste. Oh, okay, nori. I've heard of that. That's Japanese, obviously. Isn't that what they call the seaweed that they wrap sushi in? Isn't that nori? I bet you it's made from the same plant. Okay, Dick Black. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I haven't been to Walmart yet. Can you believe it? I'm sorry. It's not even August yet, and they already got school stuff out. I know the kids go back earlier and earlier and earlier. Really, summer vacation is really June and July. And it took me forever to adjust to that when I moved to Florida, because we didn't go back to school until after Labor Day. There was Labor Day, and then school went back on that Wednesday. You had Monday off, and then you went back to school that Wednesday. And when I moved to Florida, it was earlier and earlier and earlier, and it's just, but they get out earlier. 20 years old? Well, this is not 20 years old. No, I would say this is a good 4 years old. And I just literally started using it just recently. Within the last couple of weeks, I decided I was going to use it. I wonder if you can get the top off. I'm trying to read. What'd you say, Riri? Our school starts on 8/8. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's been, yeah. Okay. I wonder if it smells fishy. I'm just, I think of nori in the stuff for sushi. Nah, I don't think it's worth it, Deb. I think that's way too labor intensive. Get out a glue stick. I mean, I'm just saying. Look at those Latin pills. Huh. It said that was, no, that's wheatgrass. That's going to be lavender. I'm just looking for something to go here. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Riri. That's what it always was. The day of, there was Labor Day weekend, and then you went back to school. But that's not the. Now, when I here in Florida, they're out. They're done. Like the seniors graduated the second week in May. When I taught in New York, we went until the last week in June. It's all relative. I mean, it's 10 weeks. I tried to make a glue stick. Well, you know what, Mary? I don't feel so bad. This is what, I mean, I have no idea. Let me excuse my reach. And don't ask me what my plans are. But I have these little tins that, I get loose tea in. And so this was my brilliant idea, right? Every time you get to one of those glue sticks, right? And they have that chunk that you can't use. I envisioned scooping out that and filling this whole tin with the glue stick that you can't get at. And then scooping it out of this. And actually it hasn't dried out. It's too bad someone can't invent a way of having a different type of mechanism that moves the glue up like a plunger. You know what I mean? You know what I'm? Hey, yeah, like a plunger, like you would have like in a syringe, like a plunger that moves the fluid up. Too bad you couldn't have a plunger so that you can move the glue all the way up to the top of the glue stick until all that was left, there would just be that flat surface instead of that. I mean, you're losing about that much glue. Okay, I scoop the bit out and pack into the empties. Maybe seal with plastic. Yeah, you would think that there would be somewhat. There could be another mechanism. So, Riri, do you understand what I mean? Like even in a like in a fountain pen. This is like a plunger, and if you move that, I'm not going to move it because hi, Nettie, how are you? I'm not going to push this down because I just filled this pen, but this is a plunger. And if you had the glue in there and you could just move it until it came all the way to the end, and then you wouldn't have any of that waste. Oh, okay, Barb. Yeah. It may be. It may be featured in here. I've got several issues. If it's not in this one, I can go and look at others. Everyone's asking how the daddy owl's doing. Yes, exactly. That's it, Arlene. That's it. Exactly. Like one of those ice cream pops. Why hasn't anybody ever thought about doing that? Oh, sorry to hear that. I don't know Gina, but that's always hard when your mom passes, that's for sure. When pigs fly. Oh, you mean an AD? Okay. Well, you never know. You never know. I mean, somebody has to live like that, right? I mean, I don't even know half these people. I mean, you know what I mean. Of course, I don't know them. Okay, I fixed my thread holder. Did you? Oh, come on. I mean, actual like bank checks that they had that design with pigs flying on them. That's hysterical. Well, that's the same concept, Deb. That with the like a deodorant. Yeah. Maybe we should make a prototype of that. I can say you can pay. Well, you know that expression. It's in the mail. The check's in the mail, so it's in the mail with the flying pigs, right? I have to go shopping so I can make another recipe. I've only made 3 out of the cookbook that Becky told me about. Yeah. Well, you should see you should see the owls and the owlettes. I can touch it. This is so pretty, isn't it? Can you see that? That is weird. I don't know that. A little loud. All right. I have some other. I'm looking for like summer thingies. I have a folder of summer journal stuff. And I think I have some other stuff. Becky, I looked at your list. I actually copied your list and gathered ephemera from our week. I actually did that. I did gather ephemera. I've got a Walgreens receipt, and I got a haircut receipt, and I've got the Walgreens bag, and I have a ticket from the deli at Publix. In Nettie, I got Owen's stuff, and it was adorable. I've put it in my little journal, and this is a little piece of something that came from Owen, Nettie's grandson. So that's a piece of ephemera. And I have my appointment card for my next haircut. So I actually have my ephemera. All right. That's kind of summery. Well, not really, but the colors are pretty. That's pretty. Yes, I don't know what you're. I mean, I know Flo, but I must have missed the earlier reference. Let's see. Mary, are you still looking? Okay. Yes, Mary. How about that? Because you're looking at it upside down. I'm looking for this as background, not focal points. Just like I use the gnome, the beach gnome. Yeah, I think I can use that. Let's see what I got here. I'm coming with you. Yeah, guys. All right, let's see. Yeah, I could stick that here because that fits. And then again, whatever we're doing on this pages, it just go on top of that. Or I wish there was some more of that. That was not. I'm reading. Let's see. Afternoon. Hi. Is it? Are you Carol? Thank you. I was going to say something else. It is Carol. Okay. Hi, Carol. How are you? How are you? Glad to see you. I'm just kind of, you want to watch me. I am stumbling. I am just stumbling along here. I could have been a little bit more prepared. It's not like I didn't know that I was going to do this. I mean, I'm embarrassed. I didn't plan a little bit better. See, that's, I'm going to use this even though it shouldn't be. Oh, you've got Buffy there? Buffy does get around, doesn't she? Thank you, Janet. Thank you so much. So Buffy's up in Canada, huh? Let's see. Yeah. See, a lot of people say they have trouble typing on their iPad. I like typing on my iPad because for me, it fills in the word. It doesn't fill in the words, but the words will pop up at the top. And if that's the word I want, then I just click on the word. Oh, okay. Buffy's gone. You're in Canada, right, Barb? I should know this after all this time. I should know that you're in Canada. Oh, Canada. All right. Well, I'm just going to stick that on. I just love it. I can just leave it as, I know where I'll put this, Becky, where I screwed up. Yes, you said I had to have 2 extra pages because I messed up last week. So that's what I'll do. I'll put it on the back of, yep, problem solved. Sewing and laundry. Now that's an interesting combination, Carol. That's interesting multitasking. Sewing and laundry. That's very interesting. Yes. What do they call that? If you have kids, what do they call that? Adulting gets in the way? that's very, that's kind of a interesting, that's kind of a visual. Yeah, it is kind of like, well, I don't know, soup in this hot weather. Yeah, Great White North, yes. Yes, the Great White North, yes. All righty. Now, who's in Nova? Is Ruth in Nova Scotia? In the Nova Scotia, Halifax area? Is that where Ruth is? I think maybe somebody is. There you go. Sitting with the dog in the recliner. I'm sure the dog is loving it. I hope Becky's in the recliner somewhere too. Oops. Yeah, I just happened to have this plastic thingy that ended up being perfect for this job. I don't know that I would buy the Yes Pace again. I mean, it's okay. I just don't feel I think I'm putting too much on, and for me, I think there's a bit of a learning curve. The person that I first saw ever use Yes Pace was, of course, our Shannon Green. Mary is resting. Okay. Well, that's good. How did your gas station Standard Oil dude turn out, Mary? He had some really cool effects, like the gas pump hose with Beth's idea about using the ferrule on the brush as the nozzle. We call her Bella for beautiful. So I'm hyped. Oh, wow. Sudafed made you hyper? Wow. And now you're fuzzy and hyper. Well, that's not a good combination. Oh, he's the same as you left him? Okay, he's waiting for the final finishing up. Yes, it was so cool. It's just the whole thing about him is just amazing. And how you just, that picture you had was just like a random picture that you had, and you decided that you would cut his head. See, that's what I was thinking about, making dolls. I was watching somebody and they just saw a head, and then I've seen people just take a head and then just do like a blobby body, not just a body that's like a triangle, or like a body with no distinction, with no distinguishing features, but the body part is just collaged with papers and stuff. I saw that. So I'm really kind of psyched. I didn't play with dolls as a kid. And I think Barbie's got to be, look at that. I remember when Barbie was turned 40. She was on the cover of Scientific America magazine, as I recall. Hi, Janice. Good afternoon. Great to see you. I'm just kind of randomly here, not being super productive, but gluing, which I love to glue. Okay, so that's on the back page, which I shouldn't have. Okay, that worked out good. All righty. Okay, and that's that, and that's that. That's that. That page is good. Put stuff on top of that page. And we got this page. So this is a page, that's a page, and then whatever we're going to do is going to go on that. And that's a page. And I got to find something for that. See, that's still sticky. See what I mean? Wow, 59. She's 10 years younger than I am. I was born in 49, so that means she's 62. Wow. Oh. That reminds me, there's a couple of us here. Hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second. I just saw a bobblehead. So that reminds me, Becky sent me what is it, a wobbly? A wobble? A wobble? A wobbly? I added a wobbly to my Alice. I'm coming. Sorry, guys. I've been working on this Alice in Wonderland journal, and I got the wonder had left for me, so I put it aside for a while. But Becky kindly sent me a wobble. And so I have Alice. Let's see so you can see. All right, you ready to see her wobble as she goes down? Woo! So there's my wobble. So again, I made a second one. So she's kind of, this is the rabbit hole that she's going down. Our favorite place, right, ladies? Rabbit holes. We love our rabbit holes. Oh, that's it. Can use a spring from a pen. What are you going to make is that what doll you're going to make? You're going to make a bobblehead doll too, Mary? I know. Isn't that funny, Nettie? It's perfect, isn't it? And I was afraid she'd get squished, but she's not squished. She's, and she's always going to move. And it's a good thing that I have two of her here. And I thought that wasn't my idea. That was someone in the room had that idea. And then Becky was kind enough to send me one. I'm ready to go back, I think. I think I'll go back to her. But anyway, I was thinking about her today. I'll get back to her one of these days. You know how sometimes you work on something, and then you get to a point where you just can't even, you hate it. And I don't want to get to that point. You are going to make a bobblehead. Oh, wow. I think you need I don't think a ballpoint pen spring. Do they still make, I don't even know that they make ballpoint pens with springs anymore. They're all Bics, you know what I mean? They don't have the, but you could make a spring. Just get some wire and wrap it around something round. Oh, I think that's great. You can do a bobblehead. I was thinking of making a head out of a styrofoam egg carton. I was I had a styrofoam egg carton today, and I went to throw it out, and I started looking at it, and I started cutting it. Again, I was starting to think that, if I could glue two of them together and kind of make like a head, or just have one like a flat, like a head and then a flat back on the head. So now my brain is just thinking dolls, which is interesting for me, not being a doll person. Styrofoam head, yeah. What else could you use? What kind of bobble doll is it going to be, Mary? Do you know yet? Arlene found something. Use one section upside down from the egg carton. Well, I was thinking of, just using, it's styrofoam, and it's only part of it. Only half of it is kind of like, and it's got like a dimple in it, so it would look like somebody from it would have to be like a one-eyed cyclops type of doll. But ooh, monster doll. I'll make monster doll. Yes, I'm making a monster doll. We can make monster dolls, can't we? I have nuts. I was going to make like Arlene, didn't you make a doll? That was kind of like bits and pieces of wires and stuff. I have computer stuff, thanks to Mary. I took that whole computer apart, Mary. I've got all those computer pieces. Monster doll. I made a robot. I made a robot Christmas ornament out of those little Jenga blocks. That could be a doll, right? All the possibilities. And then I was thinking of, toilet roll paper dolls, right? I mean, I was surprised that there weren't more things with toilet paper roll dolls. Yeah, computer pieces, Mary. Yeah, Mary, we've become very good at reading your computerese typing. I think all of us have been able to. Yeah, bits and pieces, dominoes. Yep, I have dominoes. I thought about dominoes. I've got dominoes. I even bought I have a Dremel like machine. I didn't buy the Dremel, but I bought a Dremel knockoff that allows me to, do little tiny drilling and buffering and sawing and all sorts of fun stuff. So I could definitely use that if I needed to drill some holes. I've seen some made out of fuses, not the glass fuses, but I think the little circuit fuses. That they used to have, that has the porcelain with the two wires circuit thingies. I've seen people make dolls out of those. Hi, Gail. I'm not familiar. Your name's not familiar to me, but hi and welcome. We're just hanging out here, trying to be productive. Crochet dolls, and we've forgotten the sock monkey doll. Isn't the sock monkey considered a doll? Oh, you would like the small. Well, I got it on Amazon, and gives me less than 2 minutes. I will be back. I forgot my cat was in the garage. She hates the thunderstorms, and she's been out there forever. All right, this is it. Whoop. It's and they've got a good video on, and it slices, it dices, it does it all. If I can figure out how to open it. Well, need a little bit more room. It was not that expensive. I guess I can use my zoom in, right? And it's got a lot of neat features. It even has a thing where you can, an extension. So if you need to get under things, and it's got every tool that you can possibly imagine. It's got a stand. It's got discs for sanding and drilling, and it's got all sorts of buffering things and drill bits, and yeah. I've only used it once or twice, and it's pretty cool, and it's not that heavy. No, it's not. It's not battery operated. That was an option. No, you can get them battery operated, but I didn't get a battery operated. I got a plug-in cord, but it's not that heavy. I mean, it does have some weight. So, I've got rheumatoid arthritis, and I don't know whether I could, hang on to this for long, extended periods of time. But for the little bit that I've been going to play around with it, I don't think it's going to be an issue. But it's got a lot of extra free, and they've got a couple of really good YouTube videos where you can have people using it and literally going through and using every little tool and showing you how you can. This is a Dremel knockoff. It's not a Dremel. Because if I were to buy the Dremel equivalent to this, it would have been probably $130. And this was, I want to guess, I'm going to say $37, My father had a Dremel, and I got rid of it because that was before I was crafting. He used to make clocks, and I got rid of it. And now I didn't. But this comes in a nice case, as you can see. But yeah, there's a lot of options depending on what you want to do. All righty. Well, I had no problem showing it to you because Ben bought one. Hasn't used it yet, but you have it. I like the explanation, but I have it. Yeah. You have a Dremel, yeah. Well, the Dremel's like the Cadillac. That's like the best of the best. I mean, everyone kind of knows that's what if you really want to get serious. Oh, Harbor Freight would be a good place to go too. I never think about Harbor Freight. We have one here, but honestly, I'm not even sure where it is. And I get so frustrated. They will put an ad. They'll send out a flyer. I mean, I know Harbor Freight are all over the place, right? They'll send out a flyer, but they won't have any address on the flyer. So I have no idea. I mean, I know you can do online. Yeah. But I should really mess around with that a little bit more because, oh, Lily, I'm sorry. It's slendering again, the poor thing. She's been out in the garage and hiding from the thunderstorm. Just let her back in again. And what is it doing? It's slendering. All right. I think that I could stick that there. That's like May Day. I mean, yeah, May. Isn't it May Day? May Day, right? Where you used to go around the maypole. Am I dating myself? Does anybody remember that? We actually did that. I remember doing that when I was in kindergarten, dancing around the maypole. Something satanic, right? all these little. Okay, all righty, okay, yeah. And we did that kind of stuff too. Yeah. Well, I don't think I have any more stuff I can stick on here. That's. Ooh, I have one more thing. Ooh, one more thing, and then that's. I'm looking for something that's kind of generic. I think that's not. That's kind of like. Yeah, what the heck? It's my journal, and I can do what I want to. Do what I want to. Huh? Pole dancing, yes. Ah ha ha ha. Yes. Arlene, really? You would have missed something. I'm talking about little. I think that $10 one would work. What, the $10 pole would work? What are we talking about here? I'm missing something. Anne was pole dancing. Yes, I was pole dancing around the maypole in kindergarten. Yes, that's what I understand. It's really good for exercising. Yeah, it's aerobic, I guess, of sorts, right? Aerobic. See, look, aerobic around the pole, right? Oh my Lord, what a visual that is! Oh my Lordy, God. That's not a good image at all. Well, when I have this, I don't know where this picture is somewhere. I don't know where it is now, but I'm not gonna. But we had a full-blown graduation when I was in kindergarten. I bet you guys did too. We had the whole thing. We had caps and gowns, and we were dancing. No, 70-year-old, yeah. 72-year-old pole dancer. Oh God, that's pretty ugly. It would not be pole dancing. It would be hanging on, a pole hanger on, or hanging onto the pole. The pole would be keeping me up. But we had full caps and gowns when we graduated from kindergarten, with the little gown and little white thing. No. I'm talking about kindergartners celebrating May Day. And now all of a sudden we've got some sort of sleazy 72-year-old pole dancing. I don't know. You ladies, like, you're going to be limping. Everyone's going to be limping here pretty soon. One leg in the 1 foot in the gutter. Limping through life. Well, I can see that there's something to hold on to. Yeah. Oh, come on. Becky now has us in the strip club. Okay. We are sliding quickly. We are sliding down that rabbit hole. We all have the wobblies on. We're all wobbly. And Becky, you are wobbly. So you are legitimately wobbly, and we're just wobbling along here as we wobble down the rabbit hole. Okay, well, some schools, states don't have kindergarten. My nephew grew up in New Hampshire. They didn't have kindergarten. They just went to first grade. Cane dancing, yeah. I have trouble. I'm supposed to use a cane, but I don't. Yeah, surprise, surprise. But I've actually tripped on my cane. My cane has caused me to fall. So I blame it on the cane because I'm not cane worthy or cane apt or something. I don't know. Yeah, I know. Well, I went to nursery school and kindergarten. I think my mother just wanted to get rid of me. It was the nursery school at Wantor Lutheran, Christ Lutheran Church in Wantor, Long Island. Mrs. Drees's nursery school, and Mrs. Drees was the pastor's wife. I know. You almost killed yourself. I know. Well, unless you use it all the time, I literally moved. I was stepping on the cane. I tripped on the cane, and I fell, to the horror of my son and daughter-in-law. But I got up, and I did that in Halifax, Canada. Oh, until you were 7. Not preschool, yeah. And I don't think the preschool wasn't it was like 3 days a week. Yeah. On around. Yeah, and I've seen some people with walkers, they have golf balls on they put slits in golf balls and they put those on the front of the walker. Whoop. Seeing my head. Woo. Woo. Whoops, my very elaborate camera setup here. My very expensive webcam. I always go the opposite. Oh my God, Ian, what am I doing? That's good. Janet would say, what am I like? Here we go. All right, so that's kind of like, this is weird because I'm looking at my computer over here, which is a different picture than I see on my iPad. So it's kind of like Tips Walker tried to kill him. That's right, and your wheelchair ran you over. I don't know. I think, somebody must be out for me. Oh, geez, that's awful. Patreon, did you know? Oh, because you had the Frankenstein boot on. Oh, gosh, that's amazing. Those boots, I mean, whoever came up with, when I taught, it seemed like at some time half the student population was in those boots, and I used to refer to it as Das Boot. That was a German novel, Das Boot, and I would say, here come those kids in their Das Boots. And but I think Arlene, you were in Das Boot too for a while, weren't you? They're lightweight, I think. I've never had one, but I know you can take them off, I think. Das Boot. That sounds horrible. I hope that was a long time ago, Deb, and you're all good. Yeah, and Arlene, I remember when that happened to you. It was awful. It brought back memories of actually 10 weeks. You were in one of those for 10 weeks? Oh, my Lord. Gosh. Yeah. It's not easy getting old. I'm telling you. It's for the... All right. Oh, boy, Ian, that was stupid. I don't know. Let's see. I'm just... You see how you can leave this open? Okay. You're still in PT. Oh, wow. Is it like more of like a maintenance PT? No, it's not for sissies, that's for sure. I've told you, many of you before, but I live in a 55 plus community, and it's a military community. It was put together by a couple of retired generals. They thought, wouldn't it be great to have a retirement community just for retired military? And that's what it still is. But the split is, I think it's 85-15. So 85% of the people in here are retired military. I'm in here because my dad was military, and they, when my mom passed away, they allowed me to, I was legacied in, I was allowed to, they didn't kick me out, let me put it that way, and I chose to stay here. But I'm telling you, you should see some of these folks. I mean, they are, 90 plus, and when they go out, they are dressed to the nines. And they're standing at cocktail parties holding their martinis straight up, and they just celebrated the Army ball, the Army's birthday, and they were all decked out in many of them in their dress uniforms. They're quite the impressive group of people who live here. I'm not impressive. I just happen to live among them. That's all. But it's quite the community. They had their vision was that they would build this community, and then there would be assisted living, and then there would be full care. So their vision was that when you move into this community, it would be, as my father used to refer to it, as God's waiting room, and they would be able to literally provide for you for the rest of your life. From living independently to in a facility where you needed, like a hospice. And what are you making? Oh, that's a good question. It's called, what is it called, Becky? The Summer Journal. And it's a project that Aunt Bex has started. And every week we get together and we add something to the journal. And Becky was feeling under the weather today, so I asked her if I would come in and just kind of hang out for a little bit. And I'm just prepping some pages for the summer journal. And I've decided to collage my pages, but other stuff is going to go on top of these pages. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Now, I'm thinking that there's probably only a handful of World War II gentlemen left. I know the one gentleman was at Pearl Harbor, and he was 101, 102. So we've got Vietnam. I mean, obviously we have Korean vets, Vietnam vets, and they were never able to get beyond the independent living, regular homes. And there's 750 homes in here. And there is a 24-hour live guard. And I feel very safe here. And that's why I opted to stay. So, and they didn't kick me out, which is a good thing. So, well, listen, ladies, I've been on chattering and boring you for, almost about, this is about right, Becky, about an hour and a half. Didn't get much done, but I'm appreciative of you folks that decided to join me. And I will be opening my room tomorrow morning at 8. No, not at 8. Oh my God. Becky's is going to open her room at 8 tonight. Is that correct, Becky? And you might just say hey and just open the room. Okay, Beck? I think that she said that earlier. I'm looking for, well, I don't know whether I'm cute or not, Deb, but thank you. Oh, this is the That's the gnome. Yes. I think Becky said that she was going to open the room, Nettie, earlier before you came in. I think Becky said that she was going to open the room at 8 and may say hi and then kind of go rest. And oh, this is my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Okay, yes, but not be able to stay at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, and if you are a member of Phibbsville, then that's where you can find the room. Correct? Yes, I think so. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't entered one of these rooms, they are, there's never, what, 5 or 6 of us at most? And we just kind of, but we can see one another and we can talk to one another. But you don't have to have your camera on. I typically will maybe sometimes start with my computer camera on so you can see my cute face, ha ha ha, Deb, and then I'll switch to my overhead so you just see my hands. But or you can just have an icon. It doesn't matter, whatever you feel comfortable with. So again, thank you so much. Be well, be safe, and hopefully I'll see you later tonight. And Becky, thanks for opening the room later tonight. Bye, folks. Thanks again.